In this short video, I'm going to show you one of the common issues that beginner programmers face, which is file not found or directory not found, even though you know the file is there or the directory there, but your code is giving you the file is not found. And that's very common. I see that a lot with my students when they're working on different projects. They know the folder is there, but the program is complaining the folder is not there. And a lot of times that has to do with how it is coded and where you are executing the code from. Okay, I'll explain what I mean. So I'm going to use Python in this example. Particularly, this is going to be, the idea is transferable to any language, but I'm going to use Python. So let's say we have a very simple script. We have a list and it's going to basically loop through the list and writes a file. Okay, and this is a file path. So the user is expecting this file to be created on the current directory because it says dot slash the file name, right? Current directory. So now let's actually run it and see. So let's just look at the project structure. That's what matters, right? It matters where the file is relative to where you're running it from. So it's important to see it. So we have a folder called my project. Inside of there, we have a folder called scripts. Then we have database scripts, database helpers, and we got get users.py. That is a Python file that we want to run. So I'm going to open terminal and I'm going to go to the location where the file is. Okay, that's the keyword. Go to the location where the script is. So I'm going to go to cd my project, scripts, and database helpers. Okay, if I do pwd, that is a location I'm in. And if I do ls, you see this output folder and you see this get user.py. The output folder is empty for now. We'll use it in a little bit. So let me run the script. So I'm going to do Python 3 because on my system, if I just do Python, it will use Python 2. I'm going to Python 3 get users.py. I hit it, it runs success, right? And it created the file here in the same directory. If I do ls right here, the file is created in the same directory where I am, because that's really what I meant. I meant for the file to be created there. Now I'm going to delete this file, delete that file, okay? And I'm going to go out couple of times. Let me say I'll go to my projects. I'm going to do clear pwd, and now I'm inside of my project folder. So if I do pwd, if I do ls, you see there is a scripts folder in the readme. So now from this location, that's the key. I am located in a different folder. I'm going to execute the script. So I'm going to do Python 3 scripts database get users, right? I'm going to give it the full path of the script and hit enter. Now the file got created. Where did it get created? Inside of my project. But when your intention is not that, right? The intention is to create it in the current location, because a lot of times you write the code assuming it's going to write on the current location, right? But then when you set up the code in some kind of cron job or Jenkins or GitLab, some kind of CI/CD tool, you are running it automatically, or you share it with somebody and somebody else is running the code. They don't necessarily go to that location and run it. They might run it from anywhere, like I did. The way I run it here, I give it the full pass, right? I'm in a different location. I gave it the full pass to the script. The first time I run it, I actually cd into the location and run it, right? We can't guarantee the user that's going to execute it is going to cd into the right place. So we have to design the code in a way that it knows to write it in the current location, regardless of where it's being executed from. So that's the key. That's really the key. And I'm going to show you the solution, but I'm going to show you a few more problems, right? So if I do ls here, we see the file got created in my projects, and that's not what we meant. We want the file to be created inside of database helpers, okay? I'll show you another example. So let's delete this file again, just so I can show you an actual error. This time we didn't get an error, but the file showed up in the wrong location. So if we have another script that's looking for this file, it's not going to find it. Or even within the same file, after you create it, if you're trying to reference it, it's not going to find it. It might not find it. So let's do that. So let me clear again cd scripts and database helpers. Okay, ls. Now I'm here, right? So let's say I want to output I want to save this file in the output directory. So I know in my current directory there is a directory called output, and I want to create this file in there. Right now this is empty. Okay, I'm going to run it. Python 3 get users, voila, no errors. And the file got created in this location in the output, correct location, no issue, because I went to where the file is. I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go back out a couple of times. The same issue would happen if I just go to scripts, but I'm going to my project. Okay, now if I'm going to do Python 3, that helps if I spell it correctly. I'm going to say scripts, database helpers, and get users, right? I'm expecting an error. I hit enter, I got an error saying no such file or directory. This is where you're going to get confused. If you're new, you're going to say, where there is the output directory, but it's saying it's not there. Okay, so the reason is always going to look at where you are executing it from. Okay, so we can see that we can actually see how it's going to find the current location. If we want to see what the current location is, so if we say import OS, and let's say we want to print current location. Oops, current location is os.get current location, get CWD. Okay, this is going to get the current location and print it. Let's comment this out so we don't get this error. So if I run the script again, look at the current location. The CWD, the current location, is not where the actual file is. It is where I'm executing it from. Let's do it again. I'm going to go into CD scripts, and I'm going to do Python database helpers, get users. Hit enter. Python. I need to do Python 3. Remember, in my system, if I do Python, it's just do Python 2. So I'm going to do Python 3. Database helpers, get user. Hit enter. Now it's printing the current location, right? It says current location is this script. The current location is where I'm executing it from. It's not where the script actually exists. Okay, that is the key. Once you understand that, then you can think about the solution. So the solution for that is, instead of giving it a relative path, assuming it's going to use the file, first figure out where this file exists, right? Once you figure out where this file exists, then build the path that you need. That way, no matter where you run it from, no matter who runs it, no matter what system is running it, it's always going to find the location of this path. The only time that would ever change is if somebody manually actually moves the file from another location. If I take this out of the database helpers, put it into scripts, then again, I would need to modify the script. Otherwise, no matter who runs it, it would work. Okay. So I have OS here. So I'm just going to copy the code here. This is a very common line of code. This would actually give us the location of this file that's being executed. So let's print this. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to say modified current location. Okay, and I'm just going to print that so you see the difference. So I'm going to run the script again. Let's see, why did it fail? Oh, because I uncommented this. Let me uncomment this real quick. Commented, I mean. Let me clear this. Clear, and run it again. Now we see two different locations, right? One of them, the first one, the get CWD, is printing where I am, where I'm located, right? If I do PWD, that's the same path. But the next one, I'm asking it for the absolute path of the actual file. That one is telling me, is giving me the full path of the file, not just the path, in fact, the file name. Okay, so we need to get the path of that and modify it and add it to here. So when we build this, we build it properly. Okay, that's how we're going to solve the issue. So what we want is not the file name, but the folder. So we're going to add one more code here to get the actual path. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this part here. You're not supposed to memorize this, right? You can always look it up. This is really common, like I say. So if I run the script again, now it's giving me the folder. Okay. So now when I need to output, I know this output folder, well, not this one, this output folder exists relative to my script. I always know the output folder is the same location as the get user file, the file that I'm actually executing, so I can build the path. So I can basically say, in fact, let me put it into a variable, okay? Output file, oops. right? I can use string formatting, and I'm going to say current file path, and then the actual output I want to do. Okay, then I'll take this, put it in here. Now, no matter where I am, it's always going to create this file in the output folder. So let's check it out. I'm in the scripts folder. I'm going to hit that. Bam, the output folder got created. So let's delete that. Okay, now I'm going to go back out one more. Clear. I'm in my projects folder, which is 2 folders out. I went out to scripts, out to my projects. So then I can do Python 3, scripts, database helpers, get users.py. Hit enter. Again, no issues. It created it. No matter where I am, it's always going to work. Let me go to the location. So I'm going to delete this. Not rename. I want to get rid of it so we can see it getting created again. I'm going to go to cd scripts database helpers. Then I'm going to be here. I'm going to say Python 3 get users. Voila, the file get created. So if I do it this way, right, the key is actually I can take, well, I need to keep it there, but the key is I'm going to find the paths of the current script that's running. Then I can build any paths I want relative to it because I know everything else where it is relative to that. So that's really how you solve it. But I want to add one more nice feature. When you do this, what happens when you do this? This is not going to work on a Windows machine because we're using the slash, right? This is a slash, that's a backslash. I think I might get the names wrong. But this is for Linux and Mac. Windows, just to show you, Windows actually uses the other way, right? So if I write the script like this and share it with somebody or put it in somewhere to run, if it's a Windows machine, it's not going to work. So a little Python trick you can do, and instead of building your paths like this, you let Python figure out what the system is and just build it. So I can say output file, okay, again, it's the OS module, os.paths.join, and then what are you going to join? You're going to join the paths first because this guy, the current file paths, no matter what system is, Python is going to figure it out. So you don't have to deal with that. Then you're just going to do comma separated the folder names, the directory names, the output directory, and my file. Okay, so this is a little side note. That's not even what I was planning to teach in this video, but this is actually really helpful. So now this would work whether you're on a Windows or whether you're on a Mac. Well, yeah, this is a little bit of a problem, but it should be okay. So if I run the script, let me delete this. Delete and run the script. Voila, the file gets created and we are good to go. So the key is here, you have to understand the location where you're running it from. You have to go to some directory and run the script. Matters. It matters if you're dealing with files. Pay attention to that. That's really what I want to teach you in this little video. If you like videos like this, if you're into Python and QA automation, subscribe to this channel. You'll learn a lot. All I do is teach people QA automation, get an amazing career in automation and get good at it. Okay, so thank you for watching.